So I want to thank the Olam for all the input. It's something so special. We have to thank the creator of WhatsApp, Mr. Israeli, some Israel, who created a shir. We have about 500, 600 people, but it's one of the unique shirs that is public and private, because many people don't realize that the broadcast is a private video that shows up in your WhatsApp, and you can respond and it doesn't go to everyone else. That's where there's no chatting. So that's already one chidush that people don't realize, and you could, and that's why those that respond and give me input, it's beautiful. And between the 5 different WhatsApp groups, I can't remember sometimes from which shaila the group is coming, the shaila is coming from, but specifically I know that this week when the Lashon Hara group, the Lashon Tov group, a few people were very perplexed about something that I said. So before I address that, I just also want to point out that actually that's the smallest group, because it was something that we didn't publicize so much, and yet really I think it's the most necessary group to be part of. And I'll explain. The Gemara says, Maseches Baba Basra, we're going to get to it soon, Kuf Samechei, in about 100 days from now. Where the Gemara says that there is one thing that a person, there are 3 things, and one of them that a person cannot be saved from, and that's called Avak Lashon Hara. It's interesting, the language, Avak Lashon Hara. Avak Lashon Hara is like the Balabaster, that sometimes after the cleaning lady cleaned everything in the house, the Balabaster goes like this and says, what's this? The little dust that takes greater sensitivity to pick up, that's Avak Lashon Hara. And it's Chaval, because Avak Lashon Hara can be so destructive. How is a person saved from Avak Lashon Hara? So the Chafetz Chaim says, you study the laws of Lashon Hara. I know myself, since we've been doing this WhatsApp, you're about to say Lashon Hara, even Avak Lashon Hara, you hold yourself back. Anyone that's part of it, and it's a 1-minute WhatsApp, so it's very kedai. But one of the things that I said from the Chafetz Chaim is based on the Zohar Kodesh. The Zohar Kodesh says when a person says Lashon Hara, so besides the negative effects that it has, and like Chaim Volozhin writes, how powerful our words are, that they create positive words create incredible worlds, and negative words destroy them. But here's the chidush. The chidush is that when a person says something positive, a person was learning Torah, a person was davening, and then they say Lashon Hara, so the Zohar says that the Lashon Hara comes and like the old Pac-Man, grabs it, swallows it up, like and then it goes around. It swallows it up and takes it to the Tzad HaTumah. So someone asked, it's unfair. Okay, negative destroys. But why should the negative have the ability to overpower the positive? Especially that usually we say the positive is stronger than the negative. Clearly here you see that when it comes to the power of words, especially negative words, it has such a destructive ability that even something that's positive becomes poisoned. Yes, the positive is there, and actually the Zohar says that you somehow could retrieve it. It's like you need a scientific process to be able to retrieve it back. But right now it's poisoned. And therefore it's so kedai to be careful. I want to give you a mashal. Another favor I think that people will appreciate that I discovered. I am the last person to be a tech guy. But I was noticing that on my WhatsApp, when you go to general storage, I noticed that how much space it's taking. So I was looking, I figured it must be that the WhatsApp is taking up a lot of space, which a lot of people have a problem with. But then I looked and I saw, no, WhatsApp doesn't even take 1 gigabyte. It's all, what's it called, KBs, not gigabytes. So it didn't make any sense. Kilobytes. So I asked one of the big experts here in our Chasidish HaKoil. This guy is mamish, knows his stuff. And I said to him, I have a chidush for you. And he was very impressed. I said like this, I looked, not in the general one, but I went to WhatsApp. In WhatsApp itself, there's another setting. And there you notice that it actually is eating up so much more, but for some reason, maybe this is something that has to be fixed, it doesn't report it in the general. So here a person could be, he has his incredible phone. It's a certain amount of memory. And the whole time he's looking and he thinks he's working. But slowly there's a depletion. And it's eating away and you won't even know it. You don't notice it's a Avak Lashon Hara. So first of all, it's kedai to know that if you go to WhatsApp, you will see in the WhatsApp itself which ones are eating up the most. And you can easily delete it and you'll be able to save a lot of memory. No problem. But number two, kedai to keep in mind is kedai to be part of the group. You want to be part of the Lashon Hara group, then you can WhatsApp me. I'll add you to that. But there is just to remember, our words is the one thing that differentiates us from the animals. And the reason why is because when the Rebbeinu Shem created human beings, Vayipach be'apam nishmas chaim, he put himself in it. That's the ability to speak. We're almost using kivyocha the Rebbeinu Shalom to say anything, whether it's positive or negative. That our words would be so sweet today to each other.